Hello, I'm Martin Arns from QMU. Hi. I've spent 40 years in front-facing service, service business, and so I know a bit about what people's feelings are. And it's just interestingly, I just wondered if financial services, particularly, if there's a dysfunctionality in their products or the way they operate or what they're doing that's creating all of this fuss. Can they not do some, whenever they bring out a new product, can they not give it some dry runs with, you know, some students from QMU? Or we'll do some, we need project material, don't we? And the other one was that the other point was that I thought that in the restaurant game, we employ people to become secret diners. And maybe that would be something you need to have. But the other one was that my old thing, as I always thought was quite good fun, was saying that people, we need to educate school kids maybe, but people don't know how to complain. And if you make a complaint well, and this is talking about soft skills, you might get an excellent response. If you make your complaint wrongly, you'll probably get kicked out. So we're not good at complaining, but we're not good at receiving complaint. And that's a big problem that you guys have all got, is that how do you receive a complaint? Thank you.
I'll just make a quick comment. I had a look on the website for the Financial Services Consumer Panel to see what the latest information was on there. And one of the things they were talking about was a key way to minimise financial services complaints and restore trust is to ensure that all consumers have the right products and services at the right price. No inducements. Consumers should be able to opt out of features they don't need.
Small print.
And have the products that do what they say on the tin. I could go on, but...
And I think customer panels or forums, these are very important in the development of products, processes, whatever. I think as well the banks do run mystery shop exercises where the students from QMU could go round and try out the services and see how we're performing. But all of it needs to, the loop needs to be complete, and that taking the complaints as well and feeding that back into the people that are developing the products. And I take your point round about trying a product out on a smaller scale before the wider launch of it. All of these things are important and should be happening.
Just one thing to add really, one of the sea changes in the last 12 months, really that's been driven by the regulator, but nevertheless is something that the financial service industry as a whole started to latch onto, is this concept of need rather than want. So this is all about going all the way back to the product design to ensure it's addressing a particular need that the customer has, and then clearly you've got the sales process needs to be suitable, eligible, etc. But actually always going back to basics and just making sure the product itself, the features within the product are correct. And then secondly, once it's in flight, once it's out there, just making sure you have the tools to continue to monitor it. So if it's doing something it shouldn't do, if it seems to be going to an audience that it wasn't anticipated that it was designed for, being able to bring things back on track again. And one of the challenges, less so actually for banks, but more for people like life and pensions companies, is where you have a fragmented supply chain where actually the product developers, if you like, manufacturers are so far distant from the end customer. It's getting that line of sight across the patch. So not just making products, banging them on platforms, another party, IFA, etc., then goes and sells them to someone else. So you really can't see how your product is performing. It's about making those supply chains shorter and acting on the feedback that comes through complaints or indeed through other service measures. Who defines need? That absolutely goes back to the customers again, and this is where we see a lot of changes within product development processes. Is for a long time people have done focus groups, etc., but there's much more of a focus now on actually understanding what the need is rather than the want is, and that has proved really challenging actually for financial service marketing departments, because it changes the entire way in which you segment your customer base. It makes it far more specific to individual groups than rather the broad church of groups that we saw 4, 5, 6 years ago as being the key target areas.
Well, thank you very much for all your questions. Can I draw this evening's proceedings to a close? There'll be a chance to continue some of these discussions over a drink and a bite to eat outside, I think. Actually, could I just sort of finish by asking a couple of questions to the audience? Firstly, how many people here have made a complaint recently, say in the past month or 6 weeks? About, not just to a bank, any form of complaint to an organisation. Okay, great. So quite a few. Interestingly, everybody on this side of the room. So bankers, this is your customer base. You want to, okay. Of those of you, how many of you had a very positive experience with that complaint? Okay, and so there's 2, 3 there. Put your hand down if was it John Lewis? No, okay, good. Okay, it was a bank. Very good, excellent.
Negative experience with John Lewis complaint.
Okay. And how many people had a what they describe as a bad experience that they still go on about to their friends and family? Okay, yeah. So that's still vastly, this small straw poll, still the negative experiences vastly outnumber the positive experiences. But I don't think that's quite a representative sample. I don't think we've passed these sort of academic credibility tests. Great, but perhaps you can discuss some of those positive and negative experiences over a drink. First, can I thank our speakers and panellists, Carol, Douglas, Paul and Sally. Thank you very much indeed. I thought it was very, very interesting presentations and discussion, your feedback on this session will very definitely be valued to Ashley and myself, and we have channels on the website for letting us know both your positive feedback on tonight's session and, of course, any what was the phrase, gripes, grumbles, and groans and complaints. Yes. Can also thank Petra and her colleagues at Queen Margaret University for providing such a wonderful venue. I hope we'll be able to use it again, because it is personally very convenient for me for no other reason. Can I thank my colleague Ashley, who's organised tonight, and our colleagues from the Edinburgh Committee, Eric and William are over here. And most of all, thank you all of you for coming tonight. Hope you enjoyed the session, found it useful, helpful, insightful. I know I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and so thank you very much, all of you again, and good night.